And then this is still underway now. The eye is certainly past the latitude of Key West, and that trough that we talked about all week, but how strong would it be to kind of govern the motion? It really kind of won the battle, and that's why the track continues to be shifted a little bit to the east. As far as storm surge, that is better news around Tampa Bay, but not great news down by Fort Myers, where a significant storm surge is on the way. Look at this deep convection all around the eye. Our sky tower picks out a huge area of rain. It is just a kind of a damp, breezy, rainy night around Tampa Bay. Nothing severe yet. There's been multiple tornado warnings kind of on the northeast quadrant of Ian, and there's been some damage done by an airport in Hollywood. Storm continues to move north-northeast. Here's some wind gust, 26. We had a confirmed wind gust earlier up to 75 miles an hour in Key West. Here's the 11 o'clock advisory. The position is 110 miles southwest of Naples, and the track again, and this actually started last night and has continued a little bit all day as the models kind of getting picked up by that trough. And you can see how the trough is kind of impacting this. Look at all these high cirrus clouds all being pushed to the northeast. So here's the trough. You can kind of see it by the upper level features. Top winds 120. We'll put this into motion. Category 3, 4 making landfall somewhere down by Cape Coral, maybe Fort Myers, maybe as far north as southern Sarasota County. There's going to be a lot of damage in that area, and to the right of that landfall point, there's going to be significant storm surge, and those strong winds will continue inland. Pay attention, Arcadia, Wauchula, and Highlands County. Now, of course, the storm will be weakening as it moves inland, but there's going to be enough wind to cause some big trouble. And around Tampa Bay, you know, winds 60, 70, gusts a bit higher. There'll be a lot of tree debris. There'll be a lot of power outages. There'll be a lot of cleanup to do when this storm goes by, and probably a lot of you will lose power, especially Tampa Bay south. And then the storm weakens quite a bit by Orlando and kind of goes up the coastline as a tropical storm that makes landfall again up in South Carolina. Again, bottom line with storm surge, it's always landfall point to the right, or in this case, it's to the south and southeast, where the southwest winds pile up the water in conjunction with the forward motion of the storm. There's going to be some high water around Tampa Bay, mainly because the hurricane, as it moves across water, kind of brings with it elevated sea levels, but that's going to be negated by a strong wind blowing the water the other way. And I wouldn't be shocked if we're showing you a video tomorrow of an empty or an emptier Tampa Bay because of a gusty, strong northeast wind pushing the water offshore. Some of those high water levels, Port Charlotte, down towards Sanibel and Captiva. Winds gusting, and where landfall occurs, there could be sustained winds up to 100 miles an hour. That'll be mainly southern Sarasota County, all the way down towards Fort Myers. Heavy rain, a couple tornadoes possible in our northern counties, and there's going to be just a whole wedge of strong winds and heavy rain moving inland with isolated tornadoes. So there'll be impacts across our northern counties. And I understand this is a change from what we were talking about a couple of days ago, but we also said expect additional track changes. Little minor variations of a track that is paralleling our state is going to make big differences on where it goes. And I gave this analogy earlier today. If you're driving a car down a straight highway and you just touch the wheel a little bit, what ends up with the car, pretty soon you're on the sidewalk. And that happens the same thing with a hurricane. It's paralleling the state, a little bit of a shift, and before you know it, it's on shore. That happened here. So we'll talk more about specific impacts and a lot more on Ian coming up at 11:20.